Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today's video we are at a mix of a few different things. First thing we're doing is we are at the hay. We've got 20 acres of hay left to do, and it's mowed down yesterday, and we're now tidying it out. So it's actually flying, absolutely flying. We are having a heat wave at the minute. We started yesterday, very warm yesterday, and today it's just an absolute scorcher. And I think that's going to keep up for the next, it's looking good, pretty good now for the next week or so. So good chance to get a lot of these jobs all finished out. It's for 20 acres here that we have cut, and we're going to try and make some haylage out of some of it, I think. So probably about 60 bales of it maybe in haylage, and the rest then will be hay. So yeah, good chance to get it done now when the weather is working with us. The other thing that we're working on as well is harvest is going on. We have the winter wheat is being cut currently, and we have spring barley to do as well. So all that will be done over the next couple of days. I'll be at the winter wheat as soon as I get this sorted and see how it's getting on. So I have no idea how it's doing. So yeah, we'll see on that shortly. But yeah, we'll get through this here first, get the hay done, and we'll be in the wheat field and we'll see what's happening there. But yeah, so far so good. This heat is working absolute wonders on this lovely crop of grass. Yeah. I'll get a little bit of footage now of the Ted walking, and we will we'll catch up then in the wheat field. We'll see how things are going now. Alright, so eventually after getting all the hay sorted, we made it to the wheat field, and yeah, combining's getting on very well at this point. There's just stripped down the field that's just been finished off, and about 4 or 5 acres over the far side towards the gate. So yeah, there's not that much left. The wheat yielded well. We still, even at editing this video, I don't know the exact tonnage, but from trailers that come off it done around the 4 ton, maybe just over the 4 ton, maybe just over to the acre, which isn't too bad. But I would have liked to do a little bit more. I was aiming to try and get around 4.5. That's what the aim was. We got about 4.2 ton of barley, 4.2 or 4.3 ton of barley off this field about 3 years ago. So I was hoping to get around 4.5 a wheat, but I suppose the weather conditions just weren't 100% in favour for that. Last year, after the spuds was taken out, it rained heavy for a couple of days, which can happen in Ireland in October, of course. It rained heavy, and it just left sticky conditions and puddles of water all over the field. And even in ploughing it, there was still wet areas in the field that just wouldn't have helped with the crop establishing itself. So that was one thing. And then in the springtime, then we hadn't got the exact weather conditions that you'd like. It was wettish early on, and then we had a dry spell then for about 6 weeks where it never rained, when the crop would have needed some rain, and there was fertiliser due to go on. And with liquid nitrogen, when you're applying it, you need to kind of put it on as it's raining or just about to rain, to stop scorching or to stop doing any harm to the plant. So you can't put it on when it's going to rain. So if you have a long dry period, it kind of scuppers getting your fertiliser on when you need to. And it's kind of similar with even putting it in a dry spell, even putting on your granular. If it's going to sit there, the sun will end up taking some of it anyway, and it doesn't really get washed in. So it's 6 of one, half of a dozen of another, I suppose, on that front. But the bottom line is we didn't get the weather that was needed to just drive it on early on. So there was them couple of things probably played a role in it just not yielding as well as what it should. But on the other side then, look at the guys in England and how their crops are yielding and the disaster that they had over there with the drought. So it can always be worse. It can always be a lot worse. We have to be happy with how it's done. Just taking a load home here on the 3650. There was, I'd say, this trailer holds something around 14 tonne, or maybe just over, of barley, and the wheat here was weighing like lead. I'd say there was 15.5, 16 tonne of wheat on it, and the 3650 knew it was pulling it, that's for sure. There's one hill on the way home the road that I run out of gears in the high box, had to head for the low box, and when I was changing in the low box, we had to stop halfway up the hill, and we went to take off. The back wheels was spinning. I had to put it in 4-wheel drive. So that'll tell you, she was heavy. It's just 16 tonnes just getting out of the 3650's range. But we made it up the hill. We got her up there. So yeah, back to the yard. We'll get this load tipped. So wheat is done. I actually didn't spend that much time in the field yesterday when the combine was going. Just got that little bit of footage there right at the end. But yeah, seems to have yielded pretty okay. Just going on trailers, I think there should be somewhere around 115, 120 tonne. So yeah, on 30 acres, that's in around the 4 tonne to the acre, just on though maybe. But I won't know for certain until we start to bust the grain. But yeah, not too bad. So big pile of grain there. I don't actually know if we need all that here in the yard. It may not fit in the shed. We'll see. We'll bust whatever we can of it, and then whatever's left we can put to storage. Just getting ready. The David Brown is hooked on the square baler. We've wheat and straw to bale, and some barley straw as well. Whenever the barley's cut, they're just way up to start cutting the barley presently, and I have to go up now with a trailer. So yeah, square baler, roughly about 1500 small squares needed, and we're going to take them in wheat and straw because wheat will do us fine for the diet feeder and the roughage. So yeah, we'll be doing a bit of baling later on, both square and rounds, hopefully, if all goes to plan. Another cracking day. Just the weather just playing ball at the minute, so switch what you want. Right, get a trailer up here and we'll see what's happening in the barley field. So get through the first couple of fields here, small fields here in front of this piece of land. But the problem with it is that some of the barley has went down. You can see it all lying. We had some really heavy rain back a couple of weeks ago, and after that rain it just driven down into the ground. Brendan's having to drive quite slowly and rooting just to try and get it to lift it, but it seems to be doing a good enough job. It's not that much. A few places you can see at the heads here and there, but overall it's not too bad. Have the reverse bag, forward and back a good bit just to try and get the combine to lift it and take it in. So it's not ideal, but kind of not much you can do. It's just the way the weather has went with it. But yeah, other than that, it seems good crop of straw on it. Seems to be doing okay yield wise so far. He's having to put plenty of grain into this trailer, so that's a good sign. But yeah, just not ideal with the way the crop is laying down there. You see it there, it's well lay over. But yeah, it's one of them things. Alright, so I got away from grain or carton grain and moved on to doing a bit of baling. Come over here to where the wheat was cut yesterday, and I've been basically doing all the headlands initially, and I took all the short ground out of it and started then taking a few different bits of rows here and there to kind of just lessen the amount of straw on the ground here. I basically want to leave the longest rows for the small square bale up, which I have done. There's about 20 odd rows along there, just in the longest part of the field, that basically can square bale up and down, and yeah, get the square bale numbers done. I don't know how many rows exactly we need. We might need 20 rows, we might need 16 rows, I don't know. So they're all there. Whatever's needed bales wise for small square baler to get our count, just bale them up, and then if there's 7 or 8 rows left, or 5 rows left, or 2 rows left, I can come along and round bale them up out of it then at the end. So yeah, I have one bit of a row which is a little bit annoying. I was hoping to get that row there just out of it. That was the last row I was going to bale, but unfortunately I run out of net. I just thought I might have enough net, but we run out of net. We're down to the empty roll. So probably could have done with baling another 4 bales to finish that row in a round, but not the end of the world. I can sit there. The only issue I see is that there is a chance of light rain overnight or in the morning. May not come, may not affect us, but we'll just have to see what comes. So it might just slow us from getting the baling, from getting it done first thing in the morning. Yeah, I was just looking at the forecast there, and it is showing yeah, already it's focusing in on that, but chance of some showers tomorrow, but Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday after that is all dry. So if it does do a little bit of rain, it's not the end of the world. We can let it settle Friday. We'll see what it does. See what it does tomorrow, and we can decide then. So main thing is all the harvest is cut. Don't know what any of it really yielded yet. I haven't heard what tonnage there was on the spring barley. Looks to be plenty of straw on it, but I don't know. Look, it got a drought early in the year, and it suffered a good bit with that. So I'm not expecting it to be the greatest crop ever. But look, if it does something between 2.5 and 3 tonne, it would not be too bad considering the shortage of water it had for about 6 weeks. So we'll just have to see. That's it. We'll see what it does in the morning, and that'll depend on whether we are baling or what. So yeah. So we've moved on from the wheaten straw to spring barley straw, and just trying to get it baled up now. Some small squares to make here as well, and the rest will be in rounds. We need roughly around 800 small square bales of spring barley straw. So the 1212 is here in action. We'll try and get a wee bit of footage of it. Might mount this 360 camera I'm using here, so I'm going to mount it in a couple of different places if I can, and try to get a couple of shots of it walking with. Another gorgeous evening. Great breeze as well, super drying. So ideal conditions for this job. So yeah, 12 is almost here. Get a bit of footage of it. So, spring barley straw is all baled, finitoed. We're just heading for the gate here. Yeah, good going to get it all done. And it's another job ticked off and out of the way. What's next? Hay. Excuse me. Hay tomorrow. We're going to get started on that. So, it's just never ending at the minute, but it could be worse. The weather could be against you and you could still have all this work to do, so we'll have to be happy with that the weather's with us. So yeah, head for the gate, head for home, bit of feeding the cattle to do, and yeah, hay tomorrow. So that's the next part of the video. So next day, and we're over here at the hay. See, Dad is just here rolling up the last of it with the 995. So yeah, so a section of here, Lefty Road, and a bit of headlands, and that is it. Looks to be a lovely crop of hay on this, and the weather has been absolutely perfect for it, so it should make some really, really nice stuff. I did bale up a bit on the front of it here, baled up about 80 bales of it in haylage, so that's all been pre-done a couple of days ago. So yeah, just a matter of finish it off and then bale up the hay. We're doing some square bales here as well as rounds. So yeah, it'd be great to get the last of the hay done and out of the way. So yeah, we just supposed to get the baler going and start to get this all baled up. Alright, so we just got the square baler into action. So, square balers in action. We haven't that many square bales to do. We've only, I think we're around 160 or 80 bales to do. Might do 200. But that's all that's left. We need a few for ourselves and a couple of customers then as well. Just wants a few square bales are handy to have. But he is in absolutely just perfect condition. Perfect condition. We're going to let Jerry Senior walk away here and he can bale away with the square baler and we'll continue on with the round baler. Yeah, it's very open up here. There's always a good breeze and it's a pretty easy spot to make hay usually because it's so open. You're well elevated. Yeah, lovely bales. So yeah, get a few round bales done down the front side and then whatever's left here when the square bales is done we can finish it up as well. But going well, we're going well. And just like that, hay 2025 is all finished. And it's an absolutely beautiful evening. There is a strong wind. I hope it's not playing havoc with the camera, but it is a lovely evening. Just that kind of hazy sunshine as the sun starts to go down. But ideal conditions for doing what we were doing. The hay is in mighty order. Lovely stuff. And as I was just thinking as we was finishing the last number of rows there, I've often had a lot worse years at making hay. We had good spells of weather when needed. I know there was maybe a couple of weeks in between sometimes that there was showers of rain, not massive amounts of rain, but bits of rain here and there, and just it always dried up then afterwards. So yeah, I've had worse years, and it's still only mid-August and it's all finished with the hay and the harvest, so we're kind of a little bit ahead of schedule with all that. All the baling that's left to do is we have 6 acres of silage to make, which we're not going to do for another couple of weeks. It was on early, some of the early ground that was cut for hay. A lot of it is being grazed, but it can't be grazed, and we're making no other round bales of silage this year because I don't think there's going to be really need for it. There's plenty of, the country is full of round bales, so I don't think it's going to be a massive demand on it. So we're just making them, and we can use them ourselves at some point during the year if we need them. Yeah, that has to be done, and I have about 10 rows of wheat and straw still to bale up. You seen earlier on the video when I was baling up the wheat and straw. I left that section for the square baler. The square baler baled 1100 bales in it. We began to load them, and as we were loading them, it done a 5, 6, 7 minute downpour of rain, and it kind of just put the dampener on both the bales and the straw that evening. Now, I mean, it lasted for 5 or 6 minutes, and the sun came back out. It was 24 degrees before it rained. It was 24 degrees after it rained. And the straw, we finished loading. There was another row to go on the trailer of straw. We put them on. We went home and got our tea. We come back, and by the time we come back, the top of the bales was all dry, and we loaded another couple of loads of the straw. So we got it all loaded that evening. But I never got a chance to get back to bale up the straw. It was at the wheat and straw, we were working at the hay, we were just at plenty of other things, and we just hadn't got time. So that has to be baled. It was fit for baling 2 days ago when I checked it, but just one of these things you don't get a chance to get back to it because you're busy with other stuff. So I'm going to have to bale that up tomorrow, and that's all the baling that's left. So yeah, we're ahead of schedule with a lot of things. Busy number of days. Dad was just saying that earlier on. He says I'm sick of driving tractors at the minute, but as I said to him, it could be a lot worse. You could need to do all this work, and it could be spilling rain, and you still have to try and get it done at some point. So yeah, we're ahead of schedule with a lot of things. So that's really it. Oh, you'll probably be asking me what happened to my hand. I got a massive splinter in it a couple of days ago, and I haven't had a chance to go to the hospital to get it out. It went in through, let's see if this will sit here. It went in through here and lodged right in, and actually a small part of it came out the other side, and when it broke off the lump of timber that I was holding, it was a bit of a lat. When it broke off it broke far enough in that you can't get at it, so it's kind of abandoned in there. So I can push it and move it on this side, but it's not lining up to come back through the hole. It's actually not that it was a bit painful that first day, but it's not that painful now, and it's not infected currently, but it's just a bit tender from where it went in. So I'll see if I might walk at it again, see if I can get it out, and if I can't, I'm going to have to go to the hospital. But it's just not a half day or 3/4 of a day that I have at the minute to try and get it out. But we'll get it sorted. People always notice these things. They'll always see something, and there'll be 10 comments then asking what happened. But that's what happened. So that's it. Yeah, the next, I don't know what the next video is going to be. We'll be working at bales a lot all week. I know it's not very exciting stuff, but I might get a bit of footage maybe for loading some bales, or see how the wheat and straw is doing from baling it, or I'll take you along anyway. We'll get a video made and we'll see what else is happening. So as always, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to sub to the channel if you haven't already. Subs, any questions or anything, leave them in the comment below. And if anyone's looking for any wheat and straw, have a bit of wheat and straw around bales to sell. Everything else is more or less gone. So yeah, hit me up if you need some wheat and straw. That's it. Thanks for watching. See you next one.